the movement in the face and how it sends you off into, different routes, tangents, directions by the reflection of how they actually acknowledge something in their facial tics. The other thing was the tonality. Tonality is very much overlooked today, and the power it actually contains. And you've spoken a few times during this podcast on the tonality and how you actually get the highs and lows and how you read it. Why is tonality so important?
Because that's how you know if they're understanding what you're saying. And when I used to sell by the phone years ago, you only had a few seconds to connect with somebody. So I would listen to the phone and listen in the background to see what I could hear as I was talking to them, and then talk about what I could hear. If I could hear kids, I talked about my kids and how everything was. Because we didn't have Zoom back then. We had telephone. And I'm going to date myself. We didn't even have the internet until Al Gore created it for us. And so it was all phone, and you had to understand. And my ratio for when I would send out, and at that time it wasn't electronic for loans. Basically, we would send out a FedEx package and then we would get it back. I had a 90% return on my FedEx packages for loans, and everybody else in the company had a 40-something%. And the difference was I made sure I connected with them, and I made sure they really wanted it before I sent it out. So it's important to connect with people, and that's what tones and inflections do. It lets you know if you're connecting with them and if you're taking them down the right path to get them to where they want to go.